हेलो गाइस, कैसे हैं आप लोग? सब ठीक ठाक। और गाइस, आज का दिन जो हमारा है बहुत ही फैबुलस निकला, क्योंकि सुबह ही हमें आ चुका था EWC से मेल कि नाउ यू आर एलिजिबल टू लाइव स्ट्रीम। जो कि हम बहुत परेशान थे कि हमें मिल जाए। हम उन चुनिंदा लोगों में से हैं जो EWC की लाइव स्ट्रीम कर सकता है। तो अब मेरा पहला मोटो ये रहेगा कि जो आने वाले मैचेस हैं, जो कि हमारा सबसे खतरनाक मैच है 5 तारीख से शुरू होगा पबजी मोबाइल का, जिसमें हमारी जो इंडिया की टीम है वो आएंगी और रिप्रेजेंट करेंगे इंडिया को। मेरा यही मोटो रहेगा कि उन्हें मैं ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा सपोर्ट कर पाऊँ, और तुम लोग भी मुझे सपोर्ट करो यार। चैनल को सब्सक्राइब जरूर करना, ठीक है? पूरा मैच देखेंगे, पूरा टोटल, कोई कुछ नहीं छोड़ेंगे भाई। कतई बिल्कुल ही तबाही मचा देंगे। अभी हम पिछली हाइलाइट्स देख रहे हैं, थोड़ा सा हम पीछे जा रहे हैं। ये हम चेक कर रहे हैं स्ट्रीम को कि क्या हो सकता है। क्वालिटी हम देख रहे हैं, क्वालिटी देख रहे हैं हम कि लैग तो नहीं हो रहा है। लैग हो रहा है तो कितने FPS पे लैग हो रहा है, कैसे हो रहा है, क्या हो रहा है, वो सब कुछ चेक कर रहे हैं हम। अब फ्री फायर के बारे में इतना तो मैं जानता नहीं हूँ, क्योंकि भाई देखो, मैं फ्री फायर बहुत कम खेला हूँ। देखो, मैं बता देता हूँ।
Didn't really get anything done. So the catch-up game, there's a lot more urgency for them compared to the rest of the teams. And one of the teams that is in no rush at all is EVOS. And so far playing on Solara, it's one of the maps that they are slightly more comfortable in. Loud Snickers playing a bit of Stroax, completely found out in the open. And Loud Snickers with the first point.
Loud are playing, I think, a brilliant game so far. Ending up in the top 4, making sure they stay the top 4 way that they are in, and it continues that they make it to the final as well. We've already been seeing their counterparts from Brazil, MIB are lost in Fluxo. They're keeping their toes matched up, and I think that's what Loud want to do. And if it's a majority of all the Brazilian teams who made it here to EWC, all going to the finals, there is a big chance for them to walk away with being called the champions.
It's a lot of pressure also, because when we look at, even I want to say from the earlier days until now, you would expect teams from Thailand and Brazil, if they qualify to a tournament, they're expected to all make it to the grand finals. It is quite the weight to shoulder, and especially for Loud, who has been on the big stage. They've missed out if they're not, they don't have 100% attendance, but when they're there, a lot of eyes are on them, right?
Yeah.
Aside from Fluxo, like Loud is the second team that you sort of want to make it to the finals and give a good match. But it has always been so close.
But Aurora also want to make that happen, and that's the reason this challenge happens. However, Jun's lost. That is Lasha coming in.
No way.
He puts Sue also down. Confirmations. Aurora are losing players one after another. That's Lasha for you. He once again, he was back in action. Aziel spotted. Aim God puts him down, and it's the Axel. Can he put the chopping block out of EVOS, or will he be found out? Damage done, HP lost, his position completely compromised. It's just the boulder and the direction that he's running away. I don't see a vending machine to help, nor a team to help out. And Axel will just try and bide time for the time being, because EVOS have a distraction.
Yeah, Demon's Pride bailed Aurora out of that. It was a missed opportunity. Aurora had that bit of a mechanical error, caused them to be in this spot, but again, Demon's Pride, who are also hungry for some points, they ended up being the intervention that Aurora desperately needed in times.
This is what I was talking about. And you see how the bottom teams are now fighting for eliminations. They will go for the top 4 teams are already getting their best.
And that is the best part right now of this lobby. Desperation is a double-edged sword.
Yep.
And he has been empowering some of these teams so far. The risk Definitely not as great as the reward. Good ratio there. Even TAG finds himself on the feed. Just a quick reminder at the end of this, two teams are going to have their keys fed into the crusher.
Yeah.
Always a sad side because, man, such great accessories. But that's the nature, the brutality of a competition. Let's see what this circle brings us, because game one was brutal. And game two, a little bit more tame, but plenty of open areas.
Open right now is going to be a fight between Buriram and EVOS, who just got revived. However, it's only one of the players getting stuck between the lot of Buriram at Eco Drain. And I think he'll be found very soon, but team finding players are tagged. That's Team Apex Gaming. More eliminations coming their way. They're climbing up the ranks, making sure if they have an opportunity, but they need a lot more. They need points closer to 30 in total. Maybe a Booyah also needed if they want a run going towards the top 4.
Yeah. And the bailout earlier on, the unintentional one, gave Aurora time to bring the whole squad back, right? We look at the separation between Falcons and Aurora. It is 49 points. Made worse by the fact that Aurora didn't really get to play the first game, so it is a tall task to expect Aurora to catch up and find a tie, but it's good enough to remain in the top 10 and make it to survival stage tomorrow. As DRS looking for a rotation, Loud doing the exact same thing, but they might be beelining straight into Demon's Pride.
Demon's Pride, they just got eliminations from EVOS. They have a compound that they're holding. Looks to be a better game. Loud have just found their one here. AGL, in the meantime, they're finding the players of EVOS, and EVOS seemed troubled after they were about to convert on Demon's Pride. Wherever they try to head out, they've been spotted, taken down, and eliminated. Abax being chased by AGL, and he will be put to rest as well. And that is EVOS losing their players. One last survivor is Aim God. Only gets coins now, but where is the vending machine? On one end, there's Buriram. On the other end, AGL. And right in front now, Demon's Pride as well as Loud going in for a fight. And it's going to be Loud putting a drop down. And the entire squad within a whiff gets eliminated.
A full blitz from Loud again. Their execution and these quick hits are so efficient. They make sure that the fight ends within 15 to 20 seconds so that there's time for them to recuperate if a second team does arrive. And it's something that has defined Loud's playstyle in competitive Free Fire. The Wonder Key gets brought back, but that's the most that Aim God could do for the team. And right after that, Axel finds a pickoff. And it's the same situation that EVOS frequently find themselves in, playing the survival game.
As of now, I think that's the mantra for them. They're unable to find a footing to just go for fights, and they've been just chased by teams. Put them down one after another, and DRS wanted to start out strong. The Real Soldiers using UAV to just get a grasp of information around. They spot another, and they do destroy. Strox, he is the sniper. He's the one who finds a lot of value, but so far for DRS, at least today's start in game number 1 was decent, and out of that, Solara right now hasn't found much.
And it's a team that is also a first-timer on the EWC stage as well. Finally getting what people say they deserve over their counterpart back in the region. AGAL now facing off against BRU, the same face-off as round 1, but we might find an early ending as Jonah with a good hit on the deal. Saifa still pushing forward with support from his teammate Wasana, though, will win that fight, and this time BRU, they will show AGAL that once is enough. Barros is bulking it out of there, but has to go into the blue with no coins at all.
You could see how clever that fight was. They used the Steffi, no throwables that could have been dropped by the side of AGAL. Went in for a 4-forward fight, guns all out, and Buriram had the better of it, and AGAL could do nothing of it. It's just very strategic play coming through, and this is what makes champions. And you mentioned Buriram, they want their cabinet with an EWC trophy, and this could be one of their opportunities.
Yep, it's the final piece of the puzzle, and how poetic it is that the final piece of the puzzle is fitting the key into the plaque. It's going to be a lot of stories being completed. I think, again, for BRU, the whole world is waiting with bated breath for that to happen. Alu ends up stepping on a landmine. That should be the end of DRS as Guasha finds Pratik. Point number 7, number 8 for the Brazilians. DRS, they were just have to try and put up a fight, but unfortunately, not enough firepower in this case.
Trap mentioned it's time for Brazil. It's time for Loud to get this trophy, and he is doing it for the team. Playing together, the last man makes a run, but how far can he run? Loud have another challenge. That's going to be Aurora this time. Back and forth. The compound was cleared by Loud. They took Demon's Pride out. DRS came for a challenge. They were pushed out, and now Aurora Is the story going to be any different? Loud are going to just get eliminations after eliminations, and highest so far here on Solara, they're sitting at 9 in total.
The property value of that compound is only going to keep on increasing with so much of visitations. KD God, with the help of Shoto, was able to take out Barrows, and that spells the end for AGAL in game 2. 8 teams remain. Falcons still healthy. Sharu gets